What's up everyone, it's Stratos Designs back with another Photoshop tutorial. In this video, I'll be teaching you how you can add watermarks to your images using actions inside of Photoshop. And we'll not just be using actions, we'll be using conditional actions which will help Photoshop determine if an image is a portrait or a landscape during a batch process. Let me show you exactly what I mean. I have my first document opened up here, which is a landscape image. And before we get into all that conditional stuff, we'll just make these basic landscape and portrait actions. So here the landscape image is opened up, and we'll open up the actions panel on the right. If you don't see that actions panel, you can just click on a window and select actions, and it should show up. I'll be creating a new set for my watermarks by hitting this group icon and just name that set as watermark and hit OK. Now inside of this action, first we'll start by creating the landscape action. Hit the new action button right here and we'll name this landscape and click the record button. Now what you want to do is start by adding the watermark. I'll be using my name as the watermark, so I'll just grab the text tool and just type out whatever I want. I'll just type out my name and hit the move tool to deselect that. If you want to resize your text, what you can do is get back to the text tool again, and because each action is being recorded, you can just resize it to whatever size you want, and it will be added to the action. So if I want, I can just make this 18 pixels like so, and you see that it shows up in the action right here. Now you want to place it. Now placing the text isn't that simple as it might seem using by using the move tool, because when you're watermarking your images, maybe the size of that image isn't exactly the same as the size of this document that we're using currently to make the action, and it will place the text awkwardly if the size of the document is a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller if you use the move tool. So we use another trick for this. So what you want to do is with your name selected or the text layer selected or maybe the logo selected, whatever you added, while holding the shift key, click the option or alt key and click on the left square bracket key to select the layer beneath this current layer. Now why we did this was to use the alignment options inside of Photoshop's move tool to place the text. Now select the move tool and you want to click on the vertical alignment buttons. I'll just align it to the top and towards the left like so, and now you can just select the text layer again, and I'll just place it a little bit better using the arrow keys. You can hold on the shift key while using the arrow keys to move the text by 10 pixels each time. So while holding the shift key, I'll just move it a little bit down and a little bit towards the right like so, and that should do it. I'll just make the text a little bit more transparent. So first of all, I'll make the blending mode here while the text layer is selected to soft light, and now I'll make the the opacity of this text to about 50% like so. That should do it. I guess that does it for the landscape action. So just click on the stop recording button to finish the action like so, and now we'll start by making the portrait action. Now I'll open up another document here, which is a portrait image that I shot a while back. So you want to start creating a new action now. So hit the new action button again, and we'll name this portrait like so, and hit the record button. Again select the text tool and type out whatever text that you want. I'll just type out my initials this time like this, and I guess I'll make the text size a little bit bigger. So after selecting the text, I'll just resize it to about, I guess, 36 pixels. Yeah, that should do it. Hold down the move tool again, and you'll see that we don't have the alignment options available with us yet. And that is because, as we did last time, we don't have the bottom layer selected or any two layers selected, because the alignment options need at least 2 layers to work. So while the text layer is selected, the text layer that you just created is selected, click down Shift and Alt or Option if you're on a Mac, and while holding these buttons, click the left square bracket key to select the bottom layer. Now you want to align it wherever you want. Maybe this time I'll align it to the bottom and towards the right like this. Now select your text layer again and offset it from the borders a little bit by using the arrow keys like this, maybe a little bit more like this. Yeah. Now I'll change the blending mode of this to soft light again, and the opacity to also 50% as we did last time. That should do it for the portrait action also, and just hit the stop recording button to complete this action. So now we have the basic actions ready and inside the watermark set. So now we want to create the final conditional action that will determine whether it has to apply the landscape action or the portrait action depending upon the document. So now you want to create a new action here like this and name this action as watermark and click on the record button. Now while this action is selected, you want to click on the option button here and click on insert conditional. Now there is this conditional action dialog box on your screen now, and it has this condition which has a lot of options, but currently we only need to focus on the first one, which is if document is landscape. So if the current document is landscape, then play action. Select the landscape action like so. It means that if the Photoshop detects that the current document it is scanning, or the current document that it is using is a landscape, then the action that will be played is the landscape action. Else you want to play the portrait action and hit OK. And you can just click on the stop recording button like so. Now what you want to do is if you want to test out this action, open up another document. For example, I have this image, and click the watermark action and hit the play button. You'll see it automatically detected that this was a landscape image and it automatically applied my landscape watermark here. I'll open up the portrait image and again apply this watermark action and click the play button, and it applies the portrait watermark to this image automatically. Now you might be wondering that why do we have to create such a long process and two actions and merge them into one, if we could just simply type out the text by a hand or place the logo by a hand. And now that might seem simple for 1 or 2 images, or maybe 3 images or 4 images, but when you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of images inside your folders or something, then that can create a problem, and that will really be a hassle. So this trick can actually help you save all that time and effort, and will just accurately and conveniently watermark all your images, no matter if they are landscape or portrait, and it will be done within seconds. Now if you're wondering how you can apply this to like a group of images, what you want to do is you want to go to the file menu. Inside automate, you want to click on batch, and we want to use the watermark set, and the action that we want to use is the watermark action that we created later. You can select the source as a folder or something. You can use folder or open files, whatever you want, but I don't want to apply that right now, so I'll just click on cancel. And that really does it for this video. I hope you learned something new, and I hope this improves your workflow a little bit and helps you go about your daily tasks in photography a little bit better. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, just hit the like button. It really helps me out, and subscribe to my channel for more Photoshop, After Effects and Cinema 4D tutorials. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.